Hi everybody, welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the last mile to IPMAT IIM Indore. Welcome to the second session of that. The first session happened yesterday, which was taken by GP sir. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all were a part of that session. I hope it gave you all good insights into how you could approach the two quant sections, the two mathematics sections related to this paper. What we're going to do is we're going to further build up on what GP has already spoken about yesterday. We're going to get deeper into it. We're going to look at the IPM 2023 paper today. But before we get into the nitty gritties of all of that, I would just want a couple of confirmations that I'm audible and visible. So it would be great if somebody can just type into the chat box that yes, I'm audible, visible, all the operational, aspects are covered so that we can go ahead and kickstart today's session. Just waiting to hear from one or two of you on the chat box that ha sab kuch sorted hai, everything is fine, we're audible and visible. Also ensure that all your friends are informed, those who are preparing for the IPM Indore exam, which is coming up in a few days, that this session is taking place. This will be something that will hopefully be helpful for all of you all come the last mile, come the last few moments. So just waiting to hear from a couple of you all ki sab theek hai, everything is sorted, audible, visible. Thanks, Vanshika. Thanks for confirming that. It helps a lot. Let's quickly go ahead and kickstart today's session, everybody. Thanks, Ganak. Thank you for that. Just confirm once if you're able to see my screen and everything is visible for you. I hope everything is fine. Perfect. Okay, so good morning, guys. As I stated, it's the second session of the last mile to IPMAT 2025. I'll take you through some basic modalities to begin with. You know that IPM, the entrance exam for IIM Indore, is now actually utilized by a number of colleges. As you can see in front of you, we are talking about close to almost 9 colleges that are looking at it from this perspective. Also, we know that when it comes to the IPM segment, and when I say segment, you all just had a Rohtak exam, which I think was easy, right? I hear a lot of you all coming and stating, nahi yaar, cut off to 380 chale jayega, but I think you all are forgetting number of seats have increased this year. So maybe the cutoff will not go that high. It will also be balanced out by the increase in the seats. In the same way, we know IIM Kozhikode has gone ahead and kickstarted its program this year. Exam is expected in the the third week of June. So it basically makes this a very, very hot space. It's very, very clear that at the undergraduate level, from a management perspective, things are hotting up. More and more students are interested in getting into UG at a into management at a UG level. So I think you're in a very safe space and you've taken a good decision to go ahead with this. As I stated, the IPMAT IIM Indore paper, these 9 colleges that you can look at, obviously right at the top, the pinnacle is going to be IIM Indore. We also have Nalsar, Hyderabad, which has kickstarted this program, so you can even look at that. If I'm looking at it from a paper pattern perspective, very similar to what GP would have spoken yesterday, I'm sure everybody is aware. What we will focus on in today's session is these two. We're going to focus on QA, the quantitative ability, but both the short answer section, which has 15 questions, and the MCQ section, which has got 30 questions. So these 45 questions, I want to spend a little bit of time over the next 1.5 to 2 hours talking a little bit about how we can go ahead and maximize this. And more than talking, showing it. So I'm going to put pen to paper. I'm going to put leave no stone unturned to hopefully help you all understand how to go ahead and approach this particular paper from the perspective of quant. We know the marking scheme, it's +4 -1. We know there are sectional time limits and sectional cutoffs. It's 40 minutes per section. The interesting part, short answer question, 15 questions, 40 minutes. That means on an average, I'm talking about a little under 3 minutes, a little over 2.5 minutes. That's a decent amount of time. We're talking almost about 160 odd seconds. In the MCQ, it's 30 questions and 40 minutes. So we're talking about less than 1.5 minutes. So this is something which is very important, and that categorically showcases that even the paper setters are stating from an MCQ perspective, there is additional data I'm giving you, the options. These are additional data points. Utilize them. If you utilize them, you'll be able to solve it in a smarter way in a shorter amount of time. The paper pattern itself is pointing towards that. So we'll focus a little bit on that as well in terms of what is it that the options provide me, and are there certain questions where I can just go through with the options and use them to go ahead and solve. I'm not going to talk too much about the verbal section today. Siddharth will talk about it, if I'm not wrong, on Friday, where he'll talk about the verbal section in totality as well. The focus today is going to be the two quant sections. Okay. This is what the cutoff has been over the last few years. As you know, I'm talking about the 2023 paper. Now, imagine this was 2023 and I've just gone to write down the paper. I have no idea what the cutoff will be this year. But what do I know? I know the cutoff of the previous year. I know essay was 20. I know MCQ was 43. I know verbal was 112. I also know what the paper would have been because I would have solved the PYQP. So at any point in time, when I sit down to solve my 2023 paper, in my mind, I will be judging it with respect to the 22 paper. And I'll be telling myself, Gautam, this seems a little difficult. This seems a little easier. And if you're able to judge it well, then probably sitting in the exam hall, you might have realized, okay, essay is probably a little tougher. That means 20 se kam jayega cutoff. MCQ in QA is also probably a little tougher. That means 43 se kam jayega cutoff. Those are the important pointers you need to keep in mind. So if I'm in your place today, I would want to solve the last 3 years papers in totality. And then when I sit for the IPMAT Indore exam, in a few days time, the 2025 exam, while I am solving each section, I will tell myself, okay, Gautam, I remember 2022 essay was 20 cutoff, 23 में 12, 24 में 24. Now when I'm solving, does it seem like 2024? Does it seem like 23? Does it seem like 22? Does it seem like between 22 and 23? Does it seem easier than all the 3 years? Does it seem tougher than all the 3 years? Automatically in your brain, you will be going ahead and doing this calculation and know what a safe score is. कि चलो मेरे को अगर difficult भी लग रहा है, इतना at least I need to get so that the cutoff can be handled. Please ensure that the same thing is done. And today I will showcase how the same thing needs to be done. Okay. Also, if I'm looking at it from the perspective of the last 3 years, I think it's apparent that 2024 ka essay has probably been the easiest over the last 3 years, and MCQ has been the toughest over the last 3 years. In fact, MCQ QA, if I look at it, steadily 4 mark falling every year. Doesn't mean ki trend identification se bologe is year 31 hai. It could be a very easy year as well. So those are certain things that you need to keep an eye out for. Obviously, for if you're a specific category like say OBC, SC, ST, PWT, it will fall accordingly. So I'm taking one category as an example to talk about it. Similarly for EWS. Okay? Perfect. What is the minimum ATS? You can think of it in other words, यार total score. मतलब composite score taking all parameters into consideration क्या होता है? उस perspective से last year, which was in 2024, a general category student needed 236. Now, if I go back, add 2024 ke marks, 24 and 35, that's 59, 59 and 113. I am talking about roughly 172. 172 is the score if I add the 3 sectional cutoffs, but the cutoff was 236. That means you needed 64 marks plus on top of the cutoffs, on top of the sum of the cutoffs. That means one thing that I want you all to be aware of is sum of the cutoffs is not going to get you the overall cutoff. For the overall cutoff, you are still needing a decent number of marks. You are still needing almost close to, I would say, 35 to 40% more than the sum of the cutoffs. Where can you go ahead and score that? Quant is where you can go ahead and score that, because we are talking about 24 out of 60, 35 out of, these are 30 questions, 120. So you're basically saying 180 marks. 180 marks quant mein hai, and cutoff agar main dekh raha hu, sum of cutoffs was just 59. In this 180, can I put my feet on the pedal and score about 120? If yes, then even just a cutoff in verbal is always going to be more or less enough. More or less enough. 120 plus 113 low, 233 aayega, 236 tha. So you're almost there. Almost there. Which means I need to be looking at scoring double of the sum of the cutoffs in the quant section. And that is what we're going to focus on in today's session. Okay? I hope this part is clear to everybody. In case what I'm stating is clear to you, just go ahead and say CC. CC means crystal clear. Just go ahead and state CC. CC means crystal clear, and then we'll go ahead and start solving. My objective today is not to solve every question. It is to solve this paper like a student. Matlab, if I am taking this paper as a student sitting for the IPM Indore entrance exam, how would I approach this? Iska matlab, इफ आई फील यार ये 10 क्वेश्चन नहीं करने, ये 5 क्वेश्चन नहीं करने, ये 2 क्वेश्चन अभी नहीं करने, आई विल कम बैक टू इट, आई विल डू ऑल ऑफ दैट exactly like a student how it needs to be done. Thanks for the CCs, Vanchika, Gurpreet, Ganak, Moksha, Divya. Lovely, great to see the interaction. And now let's put the foot on the pedal. Let's kickstart. And like I stated, I will not need to solve every question. Mere dimag mein I've got 80 minutes. So if I look at my clock at this point in time, it states 11:10. 80 minutes means I'm talking about 1 hour 20 minutes, roughly around 12:30. So if I don't sit down in explaining questions, if I'm just solving it like a student, by 12:30 I want to see how many marks I can score. Does that make sense? Do you want me to do it like that, or do you want me to explain questions? How do you want me to go about it? Do you want me to spend 80 minutes like I would like a student and maximize my marks, or do you want me to explain? I'm guessing explanation आप कर चुके होगे. PYQs would have solved. So do you want to see how I would solve this paper like a student, which questions I would leave? I might also make mistakes like a normal student. I've not looked at this paper till now. So I want you all to tell me how to approach it. Should I solve it like a student? No explanation, nothing, but quick solving. Shortcut जहां लग सकता है, जहां करना है. Explain some. Okay, so I'll explain some of them, but not go too deep into it. The objective is I want to showcase this कि 80 minutes में maximize कैसे करना है. ठीक है? So some of them I will explain, not all. I hope we are clear with that. That's the objective of the session. इसके बाद अगर कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा ना, please feel free to ping me later on. I will also share my number at the end of the session. उस टाइम में explanation अगर कुछ doubt होगा मैं कर दूंगा. यहाँ group पे डाल देना, on your Telegram group. You are there in the respective batches. We'll go ahead and explain it there. ठीक है? My objective is to showcase as much as possible in terms of solving. Cool? Perfect. So let's start. First question क्या बोल रहा है? In a chess tournament, there are 4 groups, each containing an equal number of players. Each player plays against every other player belonging to one's own group exactly once, against each player belonging to one of the remaining 3 groups exactly twice, against each player belonging to one of the remaining 2 groups exactly three times, and against each player belonging to the remaining group exactly 4 times. Okay. So मेरे पास है क्या? I have 4 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them have an equal number of players. So n. अब मेरे को क्या बोल रहा है? Each player plays against every other player belonging to one's own group. So if I play against every player belonging to my own group, say I'm here, तो NC2 matches होंगे. NC2 because I pick up any 2. This same is happening across all 4. So into 4. This is the first thing that will happen because across all 4 groups it should happen. ठीक है? Against each player belonging to one of the remaining 3 groups. So let's say 1 and 2 के साथ अगर हो, say there the इस group के साथ I play twice. Okay. So if I am 1, then I will play n matches. So if I am one person in group 1, I will play n matches with group 2. The second person will also play n matches. The third person in group 1 will also play n matches. So each person in group 1 will play n matches, with group 2. So n into n, which is n squared. So n squared matches are being played with group 2. ठीक है? So similarly, group 2 has ended up playing this. And what I have is similarly 3 and 4 के बीच में भी होगा. So this n squared into 2. Okay. Then I have against each player belonging to one of the remaining 2 groups exactly 3 times. So say 1 plays against 3. इसके साथ मेरे को, one sec, मेरे को यहाँ पे into 2 खेलना. Okay. So I play n matches against group 2, but I have to play against them twice. So एक और 2 भी आएगा. Okay. Why? Say I am team A in group 1. I will play n matches with group 2, but I am playing against every team twice बोला है. So I will play 2n matches. So 2n, and then there are n players in 1. So 2n squared, and then 3 and 4 will do the same. So there's another 2. फिर 1 against 3 अगर मैं खेल रहा हूं तो वापस n squared तो पहले हो जाएगा, n into n, but then I'm playing 3 matches, and then 2 against 4 will also play. So then there is another 2. Then against each player belong to the remaining group 4 times. Okay, now let's say 1 plays against 4. So n again n, which is again n squared, but I play it 4 times. So there is a 4, and then 2 and 3 will play against each other. So there is a 2. Now sum of all these, if there are more than 1000 matches, so this is greater than 1000. If I'm doing NC2 into 4, that is n factorial by n minus 2 into 2. So that is n into n minus 1 by 2. So into 2 plus 4n squared plus 6n squared plus 8n squared is greater than 1000. ठीक है. So I have 2n squared यहाँ से आ रहा है plus 4. So 8, 14, 18. So 20n squared minus 2n is greater than 1000. That means 10n squared minus n is greater than 500. मेरे को ये चाहिए. So I need to know minimum value of n. Randomly कुछ put करते हैं. Let's put n equals 5. Then 25 into 10 is 250. 250 minus 5 can't be greater than 300, so it has to be greater than 5. Let's say I put n equals 7. Then n squared is 49. 490 minus 7 is 483. Greater than 500. ये गलत है, but I know I'm very, very close now. So let's try n equals 8. If I do 8, that's 640 minus 8. Yeah, 632, that's greater. So answer will be n is equal to 8. Answer will be n is equal to 8. As simple as that. Okay. So first question done, n is equal to 8. I want to do it. If f of n is 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n plus 1, g of n is summation of this by 1 by fk, then the least value of n for which gn. Okay. So again, this is doable, but this is going to take time. बहुत clearly दिख रहा है. इससे I can get fn sum of the first n plus 1 natural numbers. So n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2 वो आ जाएगा. एंड इससे मेरे को G1, G2, G3 मेरे को वो वैल्यूज मिल जाएंगे. Gn ग्रेटर देन. So ये थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. I will look at this in round 2. I will come back to it if I have time. This is not something I want to do right up front. I want to see if there are easier questions coming later. ठीक है. If three consecutive coefficients in the expansion of x plus y whole to the power of n are in the ratio of this, then find the value. Okay. ये तो easy है. 3 consecutive to 1 is to 9 is to 63. NCR is n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial is to n factorial by n minus r minus 1 factorial into r plus 1 factorial is to n factorial by n minus r minus 2 factorial into r plus 2 factorial is equal to 1 is to 9 is to 63. ठीक है. अब I want to make this simplest terms, तो ये n factorial is common, so I can just forget all of that. What is the other part which is common? I can say n minus r minus 2 factorial is common and r factorial is common. So if I do that, what I'm going to be left with is I'm going to be left with n minus r into n minus r minus 1, okay, is to 1 by n minus r minus 1 into r plus 1 is to r into r plus 1. No, one sec. R plus 1 into r plus 2, my bad. Equal to 1 is to 9 is to 63. Now, if I'm looking at this, I can form two equations. Let's take these two together. If I take these two together, I will get 1 by n minus r into n minus r minus 1 divided by this. So I can say into n minus r minus 1 into r plus 1 by 1. This whole thing is equal to 1 is to 9. So if I do simplification, n minus r minus 1 gaya. So I have r plus 1 by n minus r is equal to 1 by 9. Now cross multiply, you have 9r plus 9 is equal to n minus r. So from here I can say n is equal to 10r plus 9. That is the first equation that I have. Then let me take these two together, because then r plus 1 and r plus 1 will cancel. My basic objective is ki kuch cancel ho. Now if I take these two together, same way say if I do, you will realize you will get r plus 1 into r plus 2 divided by n minus r minus 1 by r plus 1 is equal to 9 by 63, which is 1 by 7. So from here I can say r plus 1 cut gaya. So 7r plus 14 is equal to n minus r minus 1. So from here I can say n is equal to 15r plus 15. So 15r plus 15 and 10r plus 9. So I can say 15r plus 15 is equal to 10r plus 9. So 5, no, there is something wrong that I have done for sure. What have I done wrong? Oh yeah, this is wrong na calculation. ये 7r है. My bad. देखो ये समझ आ गया मुझे. So I have n is equal to 7r plus 1. So that is 8r plus 15. So I have 8r plus 15 is 10r plus 9. So I will get from here 10r. So 2r is equal to 6. R is equal to 3. If r is equal to 3, I need the value of n. So just put it here. Put the value of n is here. So r is equal to 3. I get 24 plus 15, which is 39. So n will be equal to 39. N will be equal to 39. Long question. Long question. Not the ideal way, not something that I should have probably even picked up in round 1, but I felt that, okay, I should pick it up in round 1 and I did it, but wrong question. Where am I currently with respect to time so that I can keep checking? 11:20. So 10 minutes में 2 questions हुए. ऐसे 10 नहीं, roughly about 8 minutes में 2 questions हुए. ऐसे चलेगा, so then there is a problem. So I am telling myself now, Gautam, you need to pick up speed. You need to pick up speed. So I've started slow. I need to pick up speed. I'll keep doing that. F of 1 is 1. F of n is equal to 3n minus f of n minus 1 for all integers n greater than 1. Find the value of f of 2023. Okay. Let's just start writing values. F of 1 is 1. F of 2 will be 3 into 2, which is 6, minus f of 1. 6 minus f of 1 is 5. F of 3 will be 3 into 3, which is 9. 9 minus 5, which is 4. F of 4 will be 12. 12 minus 4, which is 8. F of 5 will be 15. 15 minus 8, which is 7. F of 6 will be 18. 18 minus 7, which is 11. Now stop. And why am I stopping here? I have got till F6. The advantage is if there is a trend here itself, great, because there are 6 terms. If there is not a trend and there is a trend in alternate terms, then I've got 3 alternate terms already. 1, 3 and 5 are alternate terms. 2, 4 and 6 are alternate terms. So whenever something like this happens, I want to stop at the 6th term. Now, if I'm looking at this, the question is f of 2023, which is odd. So let's look at the first one. What are the odds one that I have? I have 1. F of 3 is 4. F of 5 is 7. So this is basically almost like 3k plus 1. 1, 4, 7 is like 3k plus 1. This is 1. This is 3, which is the second term. Then this is 5, which is coming as 3. Okay. Okay. This 1 is coming as 0. 3 into 0 plus 1. This 3 is coming as 1, which is 3 into 1 plus 1. This 5 is coming as 2. 3 into 2 plus 1. So similarly, if I have F2023, this 2023 will come as what? 2023 divided by 2. That is 1011.5. So it will be 1011. So this K will be 1011. So 3 into 1011 plus 1, which is 3033 plus 1. So say 3034 should be the answer. 3034 should be the answer. Trend identification helps me. One question done. Okay. Let A, B, C, D be positive integers such that A plus B plus C plus D is 2023. If A is to B is 2 is to 5, C is to D is 5 is to 2, maximum possible value A plus C. Now, I personally love numbers. Topics that I like are arithmetic, algebra, numbers. So whenever I see them, I try to give them a go. If it seems a little too complicated and long, I'll leave it and I'll come back to it again. This is numbers. I want to do it. A plus B plus C plus D is given. A is to B is given. So what I'll do is A, B, C and D. Now A I can say is say 2x. B will then be 5x. C I can say is 5y. D will then be 2y. Now A plus B plus C plus D is 2023. So I can say 7x plus 7y is 2023. This means x plus y is 2, then 8, 289. X plus y is 289. Maximum value of a plus c. What is a plus c? 2x plus 5y. This is what I want. X plus y I have. Now look at this. 2x plus 5y will be as high as possible if the value of y is as high as possible, because the coefficient of y is 5. Just imagine if I take x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 288, just giving y the highest possible value, I will get 2 plus 5 into 288. 5 into 200 is 1000. 80 into, sorry, 5 into 200 is 1000. 80 into 5 is 400. So 1400. 8 into 5 is 40. So 1440. So if I add this, it is 1442. This is what I'm getting. Now, imagine if x was 2 and y was 287. Then 287 into 5 hoga instead of 280 into 5. Right? 288 into 5 ki jagah 287 hoga. That means 5 lesser, it will be 1435. And instead of 2, it will be 4. So it will be 1439. So I've actually lost 3 points. Why? Because value of x increased. So it gave me plus 2. Value of y decreased, it gave me minus 5. So plus 2 minus 5, net is minus 3, and that is what I got. So the highest will be at this. So the answer will be 1442. Okay? Clear? I hope this is clear for everybody. I'm maintaining my pace. Okay. Assume it's the beginning of the year today. Ankita will earn 10,000 at the end of the year, which she plans to invest in a bank deposit immediately at a simple interest of 0.5%. Ankita will earn 10,000 at the end of the year. Okay, this is important. Aaj nahi mil raha. Okay. Her yearly income will increase by 10,000 every year, and the fixed simple interest offered by the bank on new deposit will also increase by 0.5. So it's simple interest. It will keep increasing by 0.5. Okay. If Ankita continues to invest all her yearly income in new bank deposits at the end of each year, the total interest earned by her in INR in the 5 years from today will be. Okay, understood. So I have 5 years. Okay, let's say year 1. Let me give myself space. Let's put it here. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. What is happening in year 1? She has 10,000 at the end of the year. So entire year it is 0. Nothing is happening. At the end of year 1, which is at the beginning of year 2, this 10,000 pe she is getting 0.5%. So 10k into 0.5%. Okay. In year 3, what is happening? In year 3, another 10k. So it is 20k and she will get 1%. Okay. In year 4, what will happen? It will be 30k and she will get 1.5%. And in year 5, what will happen? It will be 40k and she will get 2%. This is basically the story. 10k 0.5%. What is 10% of 10,000? It is 1,000. What is 1%? It is 100. What is 0.5%? It is 50. So 50 plus 1% of 20,000. 20,000, 10% is 2,000. 1% is 200. 1.5% of 30,000. 30,000, 1% is 3,000. 0.5% will be, sorry, 1% is 300. 0.5% will be 150. 300 plus 150 is 450. 2% of 40,000. 1% is 400. 2% is 800. So that's 1250, 1450, 1500. So total that she's earning is 1500. Simple, straightforward, nothing to do. One of the earliest questions we should pick up. Okay. The total number of positive integer solutions of 21 less than equal to a plus b plus c less than. Okay. Now this is a direct application of a formula. I know that if I have a plus b plus c is equal to n, then the value of this is equal to n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1, assuming a, b, c are greater than equal to 0. We know this formula. We know the number of solutions of this. Now, in this case, what do I have to do? I have to do a plus b plus c is 21. A plus b plus c is 22. A plus b plus c is 23. A plus b plus c is 24. And a plus b plus c is 25. This is what I have to go ahead and solve. Now, the problem in each of these is they are saying these are positive integer solutions. Matlab, a, b, c are greater than equal to 1. They should be greater than equal to 0 by this formula. So what do we do here? We say then that A minus 1 is greater than equal to 0, B minus 1 is greater than equal to 0, and C minus 1 is greater than equal to 0. If I do this and I replace A by A minus 1, then I have to do minus 1 on the right hand side as well, B by B minus 1, minus 1 on the right hand side as well. So the new equation will become sum A dash plus B dash plus C dash is equal to 18. Sum A dash plus B dash plus C dash is equal to 19. Sum A dash plus B dash plus C dash is equal to 20. A dash plus B dash plus C dash is equal to 21. And A dash plus B dash plus C dash is equal to 22. Now the solution for this is n plus r minus 1 cr minus 1. So 18 plus 3 minus 1, that's 20 c2, plus 19 plus 3 minus 1 is 21 C2, plus 20 plus 3 minus 1, which is 22 C2, 23 C2, and 24 C2. These are the solutions I'm looking at. This is 20 into 19 by 2, so 10 into 19, which is 190. 21 into 20 by 2, so 21 into 10, which is 210. 22 into 21 by 2, so that's 11 into 21. 10 into 21 is 210 plus 21, so 231. 23 into 22 by 2, that's 23 into 11. So 23 into 10 is 230 plus 23, 253. 24 into 23 by 2, that's 12 into 23. That's 230 plus 46, 276. If I add this, 200, 400, 600, 800, 900, 990, 1000, 1030, 1080, 1159, and 1160. So the answer is 1160. So this was a straightforward application of a formula. I hope no issues here. And guess what? I'm at 11:31. So that means I'm 20 minutes in, and I think I've done about 6 odd questions. Going in my mind, yes, Gautam, you know that the cutoff, the highest cutoff that SA has had ever is 24. Maybe you are in and around that, and you still have half the time left. You have half the question left. Can you do another 5-6 questions? You know comfortably you've scored 20 marks more than cutoff, and you've made some space for yourself in order to get the overall cutoff. So those are the things going on in my mind now. I'm pepped up. Okay. Remainder when 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial till 95 factorial is divided by 15. Now I love numbers. Once again, 15 I know is 3 into 5. Now which factorial, which is the smallest factorial that is going to be divisible by 3? It is 3 factorial. Smallest factorial that is going to be divisible by 5? It is 5 factorial. And guess what? This 5 factorial is divisible by both 3 and 5. So any number greater than 5 factorial will also be divisible by both 3 and 5. That means only till 4 factorial will the numbers not be divisible by both 3 and 5. So this is all that I need to check. Because after this 5 factorial onwards, every number itself is divisible by 5. 1 factorial is 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 24, which is 33. 33 divided by 15 is going to be 3. Answer is 3. Just see how simple this question was. We've gone ahead and solved another one in under a minute. Now feeling very, very happy and confident कि हाँ ये तो handle हो जाना चाहिए, कोई fight नहीं है. ठीक है? Okay. Amisha can complete a particular task in 20 days. After working for 4 days, she fell sick for 4 days and resumed the work on the 9th day, but with half of her original work rate. She completed the task in another 12 days with the help of a co-worker who joined her from the 9th day. The number of days required for the co-worker to complete the task alone would be. ठीक है. So she can complete it in 20 days. After working for 4 days, she fell sick for 4 days, resumed the work on the 9th day, but half of original work rate. The moment I read this, now half of original work rate, I say let original work rate equals 2 units per day. So new work rate is 1 unit per day. And if original work rate was 2 units per day and she can complete the job in 20 days, that means the total work is 2 unit into 20, which is 40 units. So I know the total work is 40 units. Original work rate says she works initially for 4 days, then 4 days off, New work rate, she will work for 12 days. Total is 20 days. 4 days original work rate, 4 days off, 12 days left, and she works at new work rate. So in the days that she has worked, Amisha, what is the total work she has done? 4 into 2, which is 8, plus 12 into 1, which is 12. That means she has done 20 units of work. That means her co-worker has done 20 units of work. And how many days did the co-worker work? Co-worker joined on 9th date, so the co-worker has worked for 12 days. So the co-worker does 20 units in 12 days. Total work is 40 units. So the total work the co-worker will do in 12 into 2, which is 24 days. Again, simple enough question, direct, nothing to worry about. Lovely. In the xy plane, let A equals this, B equals this. The set S as the collection of all points C on the circle, such that the area of the triangle is an interior number of points. Now, I personally never like geometry. This is going to be 3D geometry. In fact, not 3D, 2D geometry here. So I will come back to it. I will see if I can do it or not. This is coming from a person who doesn't like geometry at all. Plus, there are no options that I can substitute or do something. For me, this is actually going to be round 3, not even round 2. I don't like geometry. In case you are one of those who likes geometry, go ahead. Please do it. I don't, I will not. I will not even waste time on this. Okay? As I've stated, arithmetic, algebra, and numbers, उस पे मेरा focus रहता है. ठीक है? Okay. Any questions till now? I hope this is going well. I hope everything's fine, guys. CC will help. CC will help. About 26 minutes into this section. So I've got about 13, 14 minutes left. So I'm just checking in. I hope it's all okay. CC? Guys, CC from Vanchika. What about the others? Ganak? Okay, lovely. Perfect. 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 Okay. Okay. The polynomial 4 into x power 10 minus x power 9 plus 3 into x power 8 minus 5 into x power 7. Okay, okay. Whatever the polynomial is, when divided by x minus 1 leaves remainder 2. Then the okay. So remainder theorem, when you divide something by x minus 1, matlab put x equals 1 here. Whatever is left is the remainder. So let's put x equals 1. I get 4 minus 1 plus 3 minus 5 plus c plus 2 minus 1 plus 1 minus 4 plus 6 minus 2, and this should be equal to 2. So plus 1 minus 1 cut gaya, plus 4 minus 4 gone. There is a plus 2 and a minus 2 which is gone. Then I have minus 5 minus 1, which is minus 6, right? Minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6. So plus 6 gone. So I am left with c plus 3 is equal to 2. C is equal to minus 1. If c is minus 1, then what is the value of c plus 6? C plus 6 is minus 1 plus 6, which is 5. So the answer is 5. Straightforward application of remainder theorem, nothing to do. Okay. Vinita drives a car which has 4 gears. The speed of the car in the 4th gear is 5 times its speed in the 1st gear. The car takes twice the time to travel a certain distance in the 2nd gear as compared to the 3rd gear. In the 100-kilometer journey, if Vinita travels equal distances in each of the gears, she takes 585 minutes to complete the journey. Instead, if the distances covered in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th gears are 4, 4, 32, and 60, then the total time taken in minutes would be. If there were options, the first thing I would state is, yeah, it will take less than 585, obviously, because she's driving more at higher speed. Let's see, let's try. This seems slightly long. The question size also seems a little long, but okay, I'll give myself about a minute. Usme crack ho gaya, theek hai, nahi ho, I'll come back to it. What do I have? I have 4 gears. 1, 2, 3, 4 gears. Speed of the car in the 4th is 5 times its speed in the 1st gear. So let's say I do speed, I do time. Speed of the car in the 4th gear is 5 times the 1st. So let's say 1st is x. So speed is 4x. If speed is this, then I can say that the ratio of the time taken will be different. So if I'm traveling the same distance, this should take 1/5 the time. So I can say this will take 5a, so this will take a from a time perspective. The car takes twice the time to travel a certain distance in 2nd gear as compared to 3rd gear. 2nd gear, it will take twice as compared to 3rd gear. So let's say 3rd gear, it takes b, 2nd gear, it will take 2b. That is what it means. So from a speed perspective, it means this is half of this. So I can say this is 2y, this is y. So this is basically the structure. If Vinita travels equal distances, she takes 585 minutes. So for each of them, let's say equal distances. So that's 25 kilometers per 25 kilometers for each of them. And this is the time taken. So time is 5A, 2B, B and A. Okay. So I can say this is the time taken by them. This is the time taken by them hypothetically to travel say 1 kilometer. This is the time taken by them to travel 1 kilometer. 4 takes A minutes, gear 1 takes 5A minutes. 3 takes B minutes, gear 2 takes 2B minutes. Let's say this. So for 1 kilometer, they take this much time. So each of them now has to travel 25 kilometers. So how much time will they take? Each of them into 25. Each of them into 25 basically. So I can say 5A plus 2B plus B plus A into 25, which means 6A plus 3B into 25. This is equal to 585. So 5 goes here. So 5 and 5 will go here. So 11, 35, 17. Then 3 should also go. So this will be 2. This will be 1. This will be 39. So from here I will get 10A plus 5B is equal to 39. This is one equation that I should get. ठीक है. Next क्या है? Instead, if the distance is covered in the first, second, in the first, second, third, and fourth gears are 4. Okay. So time taken to cover 1 kilometer in first gear is 5A. So 4 kilometers will be 20A. 4 kilometers in second gear will be 2B into 4, which is 8B. 32 in 3 will be 32B. And finally 60 in fourth will be 60A. So this is going to be the total time taken, which is going to be 80A plus 40B, which is 8 into 10A plus 5B. This is going to be the total time, and 10A plus 5B is 39. So the answer should be 39 into 8. That's 240 plus 72. That is 312. 312. So total time will be 312 minutes. Total time will be 312 minutes. Okay. So I felt this will be long. So I said I'll take a punt. Maybe I can solve it in a minute. And yes, I was able to do that. Okay. I was able to do that. Okay. I was able to handle that. Great. So 31 minutes in, 3 questions to go, 9 minutes to go. I am feeling very confident. Abhi tak bas 2 questions chhode hain. Hopefully I'll be able to answer the remaining. Let's see. In an election with only 2 contesting candidates, 15% of the voters did not turn up to vote. 50 voters cast invalid votes. It is known that 44% of all the voters in the voting list voted for the winner. If the winner got 200 more than the other, then the number of votes. Okay. Voters in the voting. Okay. So let's say total votes is 100x. Not turn up. So those that turned up is 85x because 15x gone. Invalid is 50. So valid is equal to 85x minus 50. So this is what I have in terms of valid votes. Okay. It is known that 44% of all voters in the voting list, which is 100x, 44% of them voted for winner. So winner will get 44x. So what does the loser get? Loser gets 85x minus 50 minus 44x. But it is also saying winner got 200 more votes more than the other candidate. So the other candidate also got 44x minus 200. He got less 200 votes less than the winner. So if I look at this, I have 41x minus 50 is equal to 44x minus 200. So 3x is equal to 200 minus 150. X is equal to 50. Total votes cast will be 5,000. Perfect. Straightforward, simple enough question. Okay. the product of the roots of the equation, this is. Now, okay, I am happy. I like log. Log is not something that I shy away from. For me, log is very simple. It is log base a b equals c means a to the power of c is b. Log base a b to the power of x is same as x log, oops, sorry, x log base a b. These are certain things that I know. Then I also know that log base a b is equal to log b by log a. Then I know log base a bc is equal to log base a b plus log. So the sum and the product. I know all of that. If you just know these 3 to 4 to 5 things in log, they are easy to solve. So if I'm looking at this, let's try putting this one in. Log base 2 to the power of this. So this power should actually come here. So it will become log base 2x whole squared into log base 2 minus 5 log base 2x plus 6 is 0. Now log base 2 is 1. So from here I can say log base 2x whole squared minus 5 log base 2x plus 6 is 0. Now can I say let log base 2x equal say a. So this becomes like an equation, a squared minus 5a plus 6 is 0, which can be written as a minus 2 into a minus 3 is 0. So from here I can say a is equal to 2 or 3. So a gets two values, which means log base 2x is either 2 or 3, which means x is either 2 squared or 2 cube, which means 4 or 8. So 4 or 8. So 4 into 8 is 32. The question was product is 32. Clear? Straightforward. Again, koi fight nahi. I am more or less done. Okay, I have another question. Length of the line segment joining the two intersection points of the curve. Once again, geometry. I don't want to do too much of it. I am okay. In 37 minutes, I have done everything other than 3 questions. I still have some time left. So what would I have done? I would have gone back to the second question. If this was the actual exam, I would have gone back to the second question and tried solving this one. Tried solving the second question. ठीक है, इसको मैं अगर थोड़ा आगे लूं, I will not solve it completely, but the way I would have done is f of n is this, so it will give me n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. So g of n is summation of this, so g of n is equal to g of 1 by f of 1, so 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2, so it will become 2 by n plus 1 into n plus 2, which is 2 into 3, plus 1 by f of 2, which is going to be 1 by, so again 2 goes up, 2 by f of 2, if I put 3 into 4 plus 2 by 4 into 3 and so on and so forth. So from here I could say it is 2 into 1 by 2 into 3, or replace this, I can say 3 into 2 plus 1 by 4 into 3 plus 1 by this would have been 5, yeah, 5 into 4 plus so on and so forth till the last term, the nth term. So 2 into this I can write as 3 minus 2 by 3 into 2 plus 4 minus 3 by 4 into 3 plus 5 minus 4 by 5 into 4 and so on and so forth. And from here I'll be able to put it in simple terms. This is 3 by 3 into 2, which is half. So 2 into half minus 1/3 plus 1/3 minus 1/4 plus 1/4 minus 1/5, so on and so forth. You will get where you will be left with the last term, which is going to be 1 by something. And then from there, that has to be greater than 99 by 100, and I'll go ahead and solve it. So that's the way I would have solved this question, not solving it for now. But very clearly, if I look at the essay part of it, there are easily about 13 odd questions which somebody like me who doesn't know or is not comfortable with geometry could have solved. I would say easily about 10, 11 questions that could have been solved. And if you look at the cutoff was only 24. Okay, are we clear with the essay part? I'll pick up Kunsh's question. So the difficulty level is completely different from JIPMAT and Rotak, how to cope. See, it's not about coping as of today. It's about what all you've been able to do over the last 1 year or 2 year of preparation. Because that is why we've always stated during preparation that I hope you are preparing for IIM Indore. The other exams will automatically take care of themselves. If you're preparing for IPMAT Indore, other will take care of themselves. So I hope that is how you've been preparing till now. And if you've been doing that till now, then you should be aware of the fact that the level of difficulty here will be slightly higher. Secondly, I always state that, if you're comfortable with 2 or 3 topics, arithmetic, algebra, you have to be comfortable. In addition to that, either one of numbers or geometry you'll be able to handle. Now, if you're still feeling that this is a little difficult and can't do it, you don't need to go ahead and score 40 here, yaar. All you need to score is 30 plus, and you know कि हर साल का cut off हो जाएगा. So is it possible in 40 minutes I can solve about 7-8 questions comfortably and feel confident? That means per question I have about 5 minutes to solve. Approach it like that. And you don't have to start with the first. Please give yourself 3-4 minutes to look at the questions and see which one to start with. Okay. Secondly, you might find that the second section that comes up, which is the MCQ section, wahan pe you can play a little bit. Wahan pe you can use options, you can do multiple other things, and that is something that I will showcase. Okay, so that's probably what you will need to go ahead and do. Are we comfortable till here, guys? I need a CC before I move to the next section. I need a CC. Waiting for you all to say. CC means crystal clear, in case you've just joined in, wanting and waiting to hear from all of you. Yeah, thanks Kunj. I hope that was, thanks Vanshika. What about the others? Ka guys sab? Come on, wake up early in the morning, very close to your exam. Hey Adit. Okay, guys, and if you think sessions like these are helpful and you want us to bring more of them, then please go ahead and like the session, subscribe the channel. It also goes ahead and provides a lot of impetus and provides a lot of satisfaction and provides a lot of push to our team as well to organize such sessions. So if you feel that sessions like these are helpful to you, Monica, Warrior, Gana, Kunch, Adit, Vanshika, everybody, if you think that they are helpful, go ahead, like the session, go ahead, subscribe to the channel so that we know we need to bring more of these to you. Okay? I'll quickly get back and I will start the second section. Let's start. Consider an 8x8 chessboard. The number of ways 8 rooks can be placed on the board such that no 2 rooks are in the same row or and no 2 are in the same column. Okay, let me think. No 2 are in the same row, no 2 are in the same column. No 2 are in the same row, no 2 are in the same column. If I look at the options, 8 factorial 7, यार 8 and 7 तो नहीं होगा, इतने कम तो होंगे नहीं. Let me go ahead and just create an 8x8. 2, 3, 4. रफली ये 8x8. ठीक है, अब ये लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? लेट मी चेंज द कलर सो दैट इट बिकम्स इजियर. The number of ways 8 rooks can be placed on the board such that no 2 rooks. Now look at the first. The first rook can be placed anywhere, right? It has got 64 options. So the answer will be 64 multiplied by something to guaranteed hai. 64 multiplied by something to guaranteed hai. So obviously 8 and 7 to ho hi nahi sakta. Say pehle rook ko I put here. Say I put here. It had 64 options I put here. Now I know the next rook can't be here and it can't be here. So how many spaces have I taken away? I have taken away 8 plus 7, 15 spaces. So 64 minus 15, which is 49 मिलेगा. अब second rook को समझो मैंने यहाँ डाला. ये हटा दो. How many additional spaces have I removed? I've removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 additional gone. 36. Next वाले का है? Take this one. ये यहाँ डाल दो. Look at additional spaces I'm getting rid of. 1, 2. ये दो जा चुके थे. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 ये जा चुका था. 8 ये जा चुका था. 9 ये जा चुका है. 10, 11. 11 more, so 25. You can see these are whole squared. 64, 49, 36, 25. Next will be 16, then will be 9, then will be 4, then will be 1. So if I'm looking at this itself, I can see 8 squared, 7 squared, 6 squared, 5 squared, 4 squared, 3 squared, 2 squared, 1 squared. So it is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 8 whole squared. That's 8 factorial whole squared. अब 8 factorial whole squared, so it takes arrangements into consideration as well. I don't need arrangements. I only need what? Selections. I only need to identify. I don't need to arrange them between them. Identify bhi kar liya, arrange bhi kar liya. So what will be the selection? Divided by 8 factorial. Answer will be 8 factorial, which is option 2. ये तो straightforward था. The moment I realized कि ये आया है ना, the moment I realized 8 factorial squared है, even if this does not strike you, अंधाधुन just put 8 factorial, because from the option 7 factorial तो आ नहीं सकता, because तब आपको 8 factorial into 8 से divide करना होगा, वो कुछ होगा नहीं. ठीक है? So please keep that in mind. This is the way to utilize options. Let's look at the next one. In a triangle ABC, let D be the midpoint, AM be the altitude, if the length of AB, okay. Geometry, for me, round 2. I keep stating, I'm not a geometry fan, I'll keep coming back to it. If the difference between compound interest and simple interest for a certain amount of money invested for 3 years at annual interest rate of 10% is 527 amount invested. Okay. So let's say I look at amount and I look at interest and I say year 1, year 2, year 3. So year 1 I have 1,50,000. मैं थोड़ा space दे दो खुद को. Year 2, year 3. Interest is 10%. So so interest percentage इसको लिख देते हैं. So the actual interest will be 15,000. So year 2 now suddenly what happens is my amount becomes 1,50,000 plus 15,000. So 1,50,000. So 1,65,000. Right? 1,65,000. 50,000 plus 15,000 is 65,000. So 1,60,000. इस पे 10% अगर मैं डालूंगा, इस पे 10%. Now I'm first doing the compound interest वाला simple thing. इस पे 10% is going to be 16,500. ठीक है? Then again, good, you put 16,500 to this. What is happening? On the flip side, when you are doing simple interest, you are getting 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. Look at the difference. In the second year itself, the difference is 1,500. The question states at the end of 3 years, difference should be 527. Obviously, it can't be so high. It can't be 1,50,000. If it's not 1,50,000, it can't be 1,70,000. So let me try with 15,000. Okay, let's try with 15,000. Let's try with 15,000. 15,000 में मेरे को कुछ नहीं करना, मेरे को ये करना है. 15,000, 10% is 1,500. Here again 1,500. Here 1,500, 1,500. Here it becomes 16,500, 1,650. In the first year, the difference is how much? It is 150. Next year, what is happening? This 1,650 gets added. So 16,500 plus 1,600. That's 17,500, 18,100. That's 18,150. Iska again 10% is going to be 1,815. Look at the difference. Difference is 315. I wanted 527. Not possible. Answer has to be 17,000. So either you know the formula. I am not very good with formulae. I will do this in the straight away method by utilizing options. I hope this is clear to everybody. I hope this is clear to everybody. ठीक है? मेरे को बस options utilize करने और कुछ नहीं करना. Okay. The probability that a randomly chosen positive divisor of 10 to the power of 23 is an integer multiple of 10 to the power of 21. ठीक है? Again, very simple. Options are in front of me. I have 10 to the power of 2023. मेरे को 10 to the power of 2001 पे लाना है. Now this is nothing but 2 to the power of 2023 into 5 to the power of 2023. Which, if I want to express it as 10 to the power of 2001, so I can say 2 to the power of 2001, 5 to the power of 2001 को एक साथ कर देता हूँ. What I'm left with? I'm left with 2 to the power of 2023 minus 2001, which is 22, and 5 to the power of 22. This is what I'm left with. Okay. Now, what are the total number of factors of 10 to the power of 2023? It is 2 to the power of 2023 into 5 to the power of 2023. So it is 2023 plus 1 into 2023 plus 1. मतलब 2024 whole square. So the total number of factors is this. Of these, they are asking me the probability are randomly chosen divised in an integer multiple of this. For it to be an integer multiple of this, I am only looking at factors of this. Any factor of this is going to be an integer multiple of this, because you will express it as 10 to the power of 2001 into factor of this part. So it will always be a multiple of 10 to the power of 2001. What are the number of factors of this part? 22 plus 1 whole square, which is 23 squared. So the answer will be 23 squared upon 2024 whole squared, which is option 1. Clear? Clear? I hope we are all clear. बीच बीच में CC बोल दो, बीच बीच में OK बोल दो. I hope this is clear to everybody. The minimum number of times a fair coin must be tossed so that the probability of getting at least one head exceeds 0.8. At least one head. Probability at least one head is equal to 1 minus probability all tails. We know this, right? So let's say if there are, let's start with the option. Say if there are two coins, तो मैं क्या बोल दूंगा? 1 minus probability of all tails. Probability of all tails in two coins is 1/4. Probability of all tails in two coins is 1/4. So the answer will be 3/4, because it is 1 by 2 to the power of n. Probability of all tails is 1 by 2 to the power of n. So if there are two coins, it will be 1 half whole squared. Similarly, if there are three coins, what will it be? 1 minus half whole cube, which is 1 minus 1 by 8, which is 7 by 8, which is 87.5% or 0.875, which is greater than 0.8. So the answer is 3. The easiest way is start with the smallest option. Start with 3. So the answer would be 1 minus this. And you will straight away get an answer that this is greater than what I need. Clear? Thanks for the CCs, guys. Good to see that you all are there. Good to see you all are understanding this. Okay. If log of base cos x sin x plus log of base sin x cos x is 2, find the value of x. Okay. Ab yaar, there are two ways of doing this. There are simply two ways of doing it. One is the quintessential method of solving. Second is substitution. ठीक है? एक quintessential method of solving है, एक substitution है. अगर if I'm looking at all the options, if you look at all the options, समझो मैं इधर n equals 1 ले लूं, I can get pi by 4 is an option. Here if I take n equals 1, okay, you will get 2 pi plus pi by 4 as an option. Sorry, 2 pi plus pi by 4 as an option. If you take n equals 0, you get pi by 4 as an option. Here, if you take n equals 0, you get pi by 4 as an option. Here if you take n equals 0, you get pi by 4 as an option. मतलब ये देख के मुझे समझ आ रहा है pi by 4 तो guaranteed satisfy कर रहा होगा. Pi by 4 तो guaranteed satisfy कर रहा होगा, मतलब 45 degrees is guaranteed satisfying. Now, the moment I know 45 degrees is satisfying, next is start getting into options. Put n equals 2. Here you get pi by 2. Means you get 90 degrees, right? Now, I know that sine of 90 degrees is 0. I know sine of 90, sorry, what did I just state? What did I just state? Okay, tell me one thing so that I can check whether you all are alive. What is the value of cos 0? What is the value of cos 0, guys? What is the value of cos 0? Where is everybody? What is the value of cos 0? मैंने जल्दी बोल दिया, तुम लोगों को समझ आया कि नहीं चेक करना है. What is the value of cos 0? Cos of 0 degrees. What is the value? Quickly. Irfan has answered. Vanchika is saying something. What is the value of cos 0, guys? You all yourself are stating two different answers. What is the value of cos 0? What is the, yes, it is 1. Absolutely right. Cos 0 is 1. So then sine 90 is 1. That means what is the value of cos 90? What is the value of cos 90? What is the value of cos 90? If cos 0 is 1, what is the value of cos 90? Quickly, value of cos 90. Cos 0 1 है तो cos 90 कितना होगा? Cos 90 0 होगा. Absolutely right. If cos 90 is 0, then this will not exist because log of base 0 is not possible. So at n equals 2, this becomes pi by 2. That is not possible. At n equals 2, this becomes pi by 2. That is not possible. Clear? At n equals 2, this becomes pi by 2. That is not possible. Clear? Similarly, if I take n equals 1 in option 4, it becomes pi by 4 plus pi by 4, which is pi by 2. Even that is not possible. Out. Out. Done and dusted. Okay. Now let's take a value. Let's take n is equal to 1. If I take n is equal to 1, you get pi plus pi by 4. You get pi plus pi by 4. What is the value of sine in pi plus pi by 4? What is the value of sine in pi plus pi by 4? And what is the value of cos in pi plus pi by 4? What is the value of sine in pi plus pi by 4 and value of cos in pi plus pi by 4? Quickly. Quickly. Jaldi, jaldi. What is the value of sine at pi plus pi by 4? Matlab, the sine, will it be positive or negative? What is the sine of cos in pi plus pi by 4? Pi plus pi by 4 कितना होता है? 180 plus 45, 225 degrees. 225 degrees में is cos positive or negative? 225 degrees में is cos positive or negative? Quickly. 225 degrees में is cos positive or negative? Quickly, guys. At 225 degrees, is cos positive or negative? Anybody? Vanchika, Warrior, Adit, others. At 225 degrees, is cos positive or negative? At pi plus pi by 4, cos is negative. If cos is negative, log of base, this base cannot be negative. So this value also does not exist. The only value that is possible comes from option 2. Because here you're always looking at 2n pi, which means always 2 pi into something. So 360 degrees plus pi by 4. 720 degrees plus pi by 4, which means for all practical purposes, we are always just looking at the value of positive pi by 4. We are always looking at the value of just positive pi by 4. And at positive pi by 4, both exist. So this is one method of solving. The other method of solving is log sin x base cos x plus log cos x base sin x. These are the reverse. So you can say it is a plus 1 by a is equal to 2. Now a plus 1 by a equals 2 only holds if a is equal to 1. That means log of cos x sin x is equal to 1. So sin x is equal to cos x. So from here you can say it will be 2n pi plus pi by 4. You can solve it like this, or you can straight away solve it from options the way I did by just substituting values. I like to go by options because it reduces the time. Okay. If the harmonic mean of the roots of this equation is 4, what is the value of b? ठीक है यार, अब harmonic mean we know. Harmonic mean is 2 alpha beta by alpha plus beta. We know harmonic mean is 2 alpha beta plus alpha plus beta. We are absolutely crystal clear with that. Now alpha and beta are what? They are the roots. So I need to find out the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. Now if I'm looking at this equation, the sum of the roots alpha plus beta is always minus b by a. So it will become b upon 5 plus root 2. And the product of the roots will be c by a. C is 8 plus 2 root 5 divided by 5 plus root 2. This is what I'm left with. Now, if I want to find the answer, it is 2 alpha beta, which is 2 into 8 plus 2 root 5 divided by 5 plus root 2. So that is 2 alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta. Matlab multiply by 5 plus root 2 by b. ठीक है, 5 plus root 2 5 plus root 2 कट गया. So I have 2 into 8 plus 2 root 5 by b. ठीक है, 2 into 8 plus 2 root 5 by b is equal to 4. Okay, so 2 into 8 plus 2 root 5 by b is equal to 4. This goes here 2, this goes here 4, 1 gone. So I have 4 plus root 5 is equal to b, which is option 1. Clear? 4 plus root 5 is equal to b, which is option 1. Straightforward, nothing much to do, directly kar dena hai. Okay. In a chess tournament, there are 5 contestants. Each player plays against all the others exactly once. No game results in a draw. The winner in a game gets 1 point and the loser gets 0 points. Which of the following sequences cannot represent the score of the 5 players? Okay, so what do I have? I've got 5 players, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. We're saying each player plays against the others exactly once. So each of them are going to play 4 matches. So number of matches, P1 plays 4, this guy plays 4, 4, 4, 4. Let's say number of wins कितना होगा and number of losses कितना होगा. That's what I want. ठीक है. Okay. The winner in a game gets 1 point. So number of wins is equal to number of points. Number of wins is equal to number of points, because winner gets 1 point. So when one match I win, I'll get 1 point. Okay. Which of the following sequences cannot represent? Let's look at the first sequence itself. It says 44110. Number of wins is number of points. So if the number of points is 44110, that means number of wins is 44110. Is it possible that two teams win all their matches? Imagine P1 wins all its matches. That means P1 defeated P2, defeated P3, defeated P4, defeated P5. So P2 has already lost 1 match. Each of P2, P3, P4, P5 has lost 1 match. P2 can't end up winning all matches. It is impossible. P2 can't end up winning all matches. So two teams can't end up winning all matches. So obviously this is not possible. That is the answer. As simple as that. कुछ करना ही नहीं. कुछ करना ही नहीं. Straightforward question. Okay. I hope we are clear till here. Lovely. I still have about 25 minutes to go. I have about 20 odd questions to go. So I will try to pick up my speed a little and see what happens. Which of the following straight lines are both tangent to the circle? No, I will look at it later. Geometry. So I don't like. Okay. A person standing at the center of an open ground first walks 32 meters towards east, takes a right turn, walks 16 meters, then takes another right turn, walks 8, and so on. How far will the person be from the original starting point after an infinite number of such walks in this pattern? Starting at the center. Okay. So let's first start. Okay. So I go 32 here. Then I take right. So this was still here. The right will mean I will go down. So I'll get 16. Then what do I do? Takes another right. So right will again mean I go here. This will be 8. Then I go again right. So this is by 2. This is by 2. So this should be 4. Straight line bani nahi. So let me make a good straight line. Then I'll go again right. This should be 2. Then I'll go again right. This should be 1. Then I'll go again right. This should be half. Then I'll go again right. This will be 1/4, and so on and so forth. And this point where I started was 0, 0. Now they are asking, aise karte karte you keep going and say you end up at this point. What is the distance of this point from the center? So to find the distance of any point from another point, I need a comma b of this point. I need to find what this point is. In order to find that, I need the x coordinate and the y coordinate. Let's look at the x coordinate में क्या हो रहा है. This point is 0, 32. Okay. This point is 32, 0. My bad. इस point का अगर मैं देखूं, it is 32, something. It will be 32, minus 16. इस point का अगर मैं देखूं, it will be 24, minus 16, and so on and so forth. So the x coordinate is dependent upon these straight lines. These ones. So what is happening? First I go plus 32. Then I go minus 8. Then once again I go plus 2. Then I go minus half, and so on and so forth. So if I look at this, this is basically a GP with a common ratio of minus 1/4. So the value will be A by 1 minus R. A is 32 by 1 minus R. 1 minus 1/4, which is 5 by 4. If I take it, it will be 128 by 5. This is the value of X. So of this AB, I've got A is 128 by 5. Let's similarly find the value of Y. First, what is happening is it is going minus 16 because it's gone down. Then what is happening? It is going plus 4 because it has gone up. Then what is happening? It is going minus 1, once again gone down. Then what is happening? It is going plus 1/4. It has once again gone up. and so on and so forth. So look at the common ratio. Once again, R is equal to minus 1/4. Here A is minus 16, so it will be minus 16 by 1 minus R. So 1 minus 1/4, which is 5 by 4, which is equal to minus 64 by 5. So this point is minus 64 by 5. Now this seems like geometry. It is not. I find this to be coordinate geometry, which I look at as algebra. So this is the point. So what is the distance from the center? It is root over 128 by 5 minus 0 whole square plus minus 64 by 5 whole square. So it will be nothing but root over 128 by 5 whole square plus 64 by 5 whole square. So I can take 64 by 5 common outside, because this is there. So I will be left with root over 2 squared plus 1. So 2 squared plus 1, which is 5. So root 64 by 5 into root 5, which is 64 by root 5. 64 by root 5. That is what I'm getting, which is option 2. Perfect. Now I need to really pick up my pace. Okay. Let P be a positive integer such that the unit digit of P cube is 4. What is the possible of P? Unit digit of 1 is 1. 1 cube is 1. 2 cube is 8. 3 cube is 1. 4 cube is 4 squared is 4 cube is 4. 5 cube will not be there because it is 5. 6 cube is 6. 7 cube is 3. 8 cube is 8 is the 64. 4 into 8, which is 2. And 9 cube is 1. So the only one which will give is this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4. So it is 4 plus 3, which is 7 cube. 7 is 9. 9 is 3. So the answer will be 3, which is option 2. Very simple. This is cyclicity of numbers. So 4 is the only one whose whole cube will end in a 4. So P has to end in a 4. P plus 3 will end in a 7. So 7 cube will end in a 3. Perfect. If A plus B by B plus C is equal to C plus D by D plus A, which of the following statements are always true? Once again, go by options. Look at three options. Three options have A is equal to C. Let's take A equal to A plus D by D plus A. 1 is equal to 1, which is true. So A is equal to C will satisfy. Answer is not option 3. Now look at the options. Once again, you see A plus B plus C plus D equals 0 is there twice. So let's try that. A, B, C, D. Take any random value. Keep in mind B plus C and D plus A should not be equal to 0. So let's say I give this 1. I give B 1. Now keep in mind D plus A should not be 0. B plus C should not be 0. Let's give this 0. Let's give this minus 2 because A plus B plus C plus D has to be 0. So this satisfies. What do I get as A plus B? I get 2 divided by B plus C is 1 is equal to C plus D. C plus D is minus 2 divided by D plus A. D plus A is minus 1. 2 is equal to 2. Satisfied. So A plus B plus C plus D equals 0 could also satisfy or may satisfy. A plus C also satisfies. Only possible answer is option 1. Only possible answer is option 1. I will use the options to get to the answer. I will not waste any time. Okay. I hope we are clear till here. Okay. I still have about 16 minutes to go. So okay, I'll keep picking it up. A polynomial P of X leaves a remainder 2 when divided by X minus 1 and a remainder 1 when divided by X minus 2. The remainder when Px is divided by X minus 1 into X minus 2. So it leaves a remainder 2 when divided by X minus 1, 1 when divided by X minus 2. जब भी ऐसा होता है, always take it like this. This P of A into X minus 1 into X minus 2 plus what I'm left with. So I will say call it Bx plus C, because the remainder when you're dividing by a quadrilateral has to be a simple number. So Bx plus C, it can't be a quadrilateral expression. Okay. This is what I'll be left with. Now, when I'm dividing by X minus 1, that means X equals 1. Let's put X equals 1. This becomes 0. So I'm left with B plus C. So remainder is 2. When you put when you're dividing by X minus 2 is X equals 2. So again, this becomes 0. I'll getting 2B plus C is equal to 1. So when I subtract this, B is equal to minus 1. If B is minus 1, then C is equal to 3. So what I'm left with is Bx, which is minus X plus 3. So 3 minus X is what the remainder will be when you divide it by x minus 1 into x minus 2, because this is what the remainder will be. So the answer is option 4. Simple enough, nothing much to do. Rabbit is sitting at the base of a staircase which has 10 steps. It proceeds to the top of the staircase by climbing either one at a time or 2 steps at a time. Ways it can reach the top. Okay, so there are 10 steps. So I have 1 and 2. So let's say all 1. So that means you take single steps at a time. Okay, all 1. So let's say I denote it by A. So if all 1 steps he takes, he can only do it in one way. He can only do it in one way. If he takes 1 steps at a time. Now he can take 8 ones and 1 2. He can take 8 ones and 1 2. That means total number of steps he's taking is 9. Out of these 9, 1 is a 2-stepper. In how many ways can I choose that? 9C1 ways, which is 9. Then he can take 6 1 and 2 2s. So total number of steps he takes is 8. Out of these 8, 2 will be 2 steps. How can he do that? Choose any 2. 8C2. 8C2 is 8 into 7, 56 by 2, which is 28. Next, he can do 4 and 3. That means total 7 steps. Out of these 7, 3 will be 2. So 7C3. 7 into 6 into 5 by 6. 7 5 is 35. Okay. Next, he can do how many? He can do 2 and 4. So that means total 6 steps. So that is 6C4. So 6 into 5 by 2. That's 30 by 2, which is 15. And finally, what can he do? He can do 0 and 5. This can be done in one way. So total number of steps is 50, 60, 50, 78, 87, 88, 89. 89 steps, which is option 1. Okay, perfect. Another done. Good. Let A, B, C be real numbers greater than 1 and n be a positive real number not equal to 1. If log base n, log base to A is 1, log base n, log base to B is 2, log base n, log base to C is 3, then which of the following is true? सबसे पहले तो इससे निकाल लेते होगा क्या? So from here I will get log base to A is equal to n. So A is equal to n squared. From here I get log base to B is n squared. So B is equal to 2 to the power of n squared. From here I get log base to C is n cube. C is equal to 2 to the power of n cube. So this is where I am. Now let's look at options. A plus B is C. N squared plus 2 to the power of n squared is 2 to the power of n cube. No. A to the power of n plus A to the power of n will be n squared whole to the power of n. So it will become n to the power of 2n plus b to the power of n, which is 2 to the power of n squared whole to the power of, so n squared into n, which is 2 to the power of n cube, should be equal to c to the power of n, which is 2 to the power n power 4. This does not hold true. Option 3 has a minus, so let's forget that. Let's first move to option 4. A to the power of n will be n squared whole to the power of n, which is n to the power of 2n, plus b, which is 2 to the power of n squared whole to the power of n. Sec. Wait. A, if I look at, I will say it is n. So log base to A is n. So A is, this is my problem. This is 2 to the power of n, not n squared. See, I was saying, I felt like I was making some error. If that is the case, then option 1 I have to look at again. Option 1 is A plus B. So it will be 2 to the power of n plus 2 to the power of n squared. So that is not true. Then option 2 is 2 to the power of n whole to the power of n. That is 2 to the power of n squared plus 2 to the power n cube. Okay, this is also not true. Okay, so it doesn't affect my answer. A to the power of n here will become 2 to the power of n whole to the power of n, which is 2 to the power of n squared. So this becomes 2 to the power of n squared plus 1 whole to the power of n, which is equal to 2 to the power of n cube plus n. This is what this becomes. What does AC become? AC becomes 2 to the power of n into 2 to the power of n cube, which is 2 to the power of n cube plus n. And they are both the same. They are both the same. So the answer will be option 4. Answer will be option 4. Okay? I hope this is clear. And I still have roughly about 12-13 minutes to go, so I'll keep my pace. A is equal to 1230, where A is a real number, determinant this is 0, then the value of A can be, okay, substitute. If I put 5, or let's see, the easiest would be what? ऐसा आए कि ये, if I put 5 तो 5 minus 6 okay minus 1 हो जाएगा. If I put minus 1 here, it is minus 1 plus 3 plus 5, not 0, so this is wrong. If I put 1, I get 1 minus 6, which is minus 5. Minus 5 whole cube is minus 125, plus 75 plus 25 will not happen, so this is wrong. Between 4 and 6, let's start with 6, because 6 minus 6 will give me 0. So if I start with A equals 6, I get 0. So 0 minus 0 minus 0, which satisfies. So A equals 6 satisfies. So the answer will be option 4, which is 6. Okay. Let box X denote the graded integer function if n is a natural number sum. Okay, this will take time. I will come back to it. In a group of 120 students, 80 students are from science and the rest are from commerce. It is known that 70 support Mumbai Indians in the Indian Premier League. All other students support Chennai Super Kings. The number of science students who are supporters of Mumbai Indians is. So I have a group of 120 students. 80 are from science and the rest are from commerce. Okay, science, commerce. So 80, 40. 70 support Mumbai Indians. Okay. 70 support Mumbai Indian and the all others support Chennai Super King. Number of science supporters of Mumbai Indians. I have 80 students from science. So max number of supporters can be all 70 end up supporting this, right? And minimum ke liye, I know 70 support Mumbai Indians. So 50 support CSK. There are 50 who support CSK. Assume all 50 of them are from science. So I'm left with 30. So minimum number of science students who will support Mumbai Indians is 30. So the science students who support Mumbai Indians is 30 or more. Okay? Perfect. Helicopter flies along the sides of a square field of side 100 kilometers. The first side is covered at a speed of 100. Each subsequent is 100 kilometers. Speed is increased by 100. Okay, the average speed. Speed is equal to distance by time. So let us find the time. So first is going to be 100 by 100. Next is going to be 100 by 200. Next is going to be 100 by 300. Next is going to be 100 by 400. So this is going to be the total amount of time in hours. 1 plus half plus 1/3 plus 1/4, which is 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3, 18, 22, 25 by 3. Total distance, so speed is equal to distance by time. Total distance is 400 divided by 25 by 3. So into 3 by 25. 25 goes here, 150. Wait, 150 is 648. I've done something wrong, have I? Helicopter flies that 400. Okay. Along a square feet. First side is covered at 100. Each subsequent at 100 increase. So the next one, 100 kilometers is covered at 200. Then 100 is covered at 300. Then 100 is covered at 400. Total time taken is this. That is total time taken turns out to be roughly around 400 if I am not wrong. That's the way that I have gotten it. 400, and then I have 25 by 3. So 18, 22, 20. Oh, how is this 3? This is 25 by 12. See, I told you some mistake I will always make. 25 by 12. So 25 comes as 16. 16 into 12, 192. Yeah, the answer is option 1, 192. So silly mistakes happen here as well. So we need to just keep that in mind. A1, A2, A3 be 3 distinct real numbers in geometric progression if equations this and this have a common root, which is necessarily true. Again, can be done, seems lengthy considering I have how much time left. I have what? I have about 11 minutes left. not 11 also. I have about 10 minutes left. So I'll leave this one. I'll come back to it. If a 3-digit number is chosen at random, what is the probability it is neither divisible by 3 nor 4? Now, I hope everybody is aware of the concept of Euler number or Toshan number. So if I have a 3-digit number, so if I say number of numbers below 1000 that are not divisible by 3 or 4, it will be given by 1000 into 1 minus 1/3 into 1 minus 1/4, which is 1000 into 2/3 into 3/4, which is 500. Similarly, number of numbers below 100, because 100 will give me all 2-digit numbers, which are not divisible, will be the same into 2/3 into 3/4. So that is 50. So the number of 3-digit numbers which are not divisible by 3 or 4 are going to be 500 minus 50, which is 450. Total number of 3-digit numbers is 900. So the probability will be half, which is option 1. Okay. Cos alpha plus cos beta is 1 maximum. Okay, this is easy. So just square it, right? So you will get cos squared alpha plus cos squared beta plus 2 cos alpha cos beta is 1 sin squared alpha plus sin squared beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta is, let's say this is a. So it is equal to a squared. So when I add these two, this plus this is 1, this plus this is 1. So 2 plus twice cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta is 1 plus a squared. What do I need to do? Maximum value. Maximum value. 2 plus this is 1 plus a squared. So from here I can say twice of cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta a squared minus 1. This is 1, this is 1, plus twice of this is 1 plus a squared. So twice of this I'm getting is a squared minus 1. So from here, if I look at it and this is equal to a squared minus 1, what is it that I can go ahead and put in? Any substitution that I could do? I get the value of k squared. Isn't this cos of alpha plus beta? Isn't this thing cos of alpha plus beta? I can state from here, because cos of alpha plus beta is equal to this. Am I getting that? Am I getting it right? That it will be cos of alpha plus beta. Oh, this is my mistake. This is minus. So this will be minus. So if I do this, this is minus. This is minus. So this is cos of alpha plus beta. Right? Cos of alpha plus beta is what I will end up with. Cos of alpha plus beta. So I can say from here a squared is equal to 1 minus twice of cos alpha plus beta. A squared is 1 minus twice of 1 minus is what I'm getting. 1 plus. And cos of alpha plus beta, the maximum value can be 1. So the maximum value will be 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. So maximum value of a will be root 3. I hope everybody's understood this. In case you have a question, ask me. In case you have a question, ask me. I hope this question is clear. I hope this question is clear for everybody. This was cos of alpha plus beta, which was coming in. I made a mistake there. It will be minus 2 sin alpha sin beta. I hope this part is clear. Any question, guys? I'll stop for 30 seconds. I know I have about 8 minutes to go, so that's okay. I'll stop for 30 seconds. Any questions here, guys? Anything? This question, is this part clear to everybody? C, Copyright, Warrior, Vanchika, others, are you all there? CC, perfect. So I had made an error. Now I hope you are also understanding. Even I have made 2-3 errors, but I realized them by looking at the options. If none of the options satisfy, मतलब कुछ गलती किया, I go back and I try and rectify it. ठीक है? Let's keep moving. Goldsmith bought a large solid golden ball at rupees this much. It melted to make a certain number of solid spherical beads such that the radius of each bead was 1/5. Assume that the cost of making golden beads is negligible. The goldsmith sold all the beads at 20% discount in the listed price and made a profit of 20%. Lovely. If that is happening, assume that the cost of making the gold beads is negligible, 20% discount, and he made a profit of 20% listed price of the gold. Okay, so let's assume the initial radius and each of so say let's assume beads ka radius is r. So golden ball ka radius will be 5r, volume will be 4/3 pi r cube, 4/3 into pi into 5r whole cube. Volume of each ball is going to be 4/3 pi r cube. So how many such will I need? This is 125 into 4/3 pi r. So basically there are 125 balls. If you look at this too, the original volume was 125 into 4/3 pi r cube and each bead is 4/3 pi r cube. So I will need 125 beads. Okay. If I need 125 beads, what is it that I am getting? 10 lakh rupees ये है. I look at it, Goldsmith sold all beads at 20% discount and made a profit. So he basically sold it all at 12 lakh rupees for 125 beads. So 125 को 12 में मैं अगर डालूंगा 125 9 आएगा. So 9 and 225, so that's 756. 9,600 आएगा is basically what he had it at. Right, 9,600 is what he had it at, but this 9,600 is what he is selling at, and that is after a 20% discount. So the actual value will be 9,600 by 0.8. So this is 1 lakh. So 12,000. So the answer will be option 3, which is 12,000. Okay. The equation x square plus y square minus 2x minus, ये तो बहुत simple है. This I can say is x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus y squared minus 4y plus 4 is 0, which is x minus 1 whole squared plus y minus 2 whole squared is 0. So this is a circle, which is option 2. Okay, one last question of quant. The set of all real values of x satisfying this equation. Now, whenever a question like this comes, I like going by options. Look at the options. Is 0 included in any option? Here, no. Here, no. Here, no. Here, no. Okay. Is 1 included in any option? 1 is included here. Let's put 1. If I put 1, this does not, it's not possible because denominator will have a 1. So this answer is wrong. Look at the others. Look at the others. Minus infinity to minus 1 I'm going. Then minus half to 0. Then 1 to infinity. 1 to infinity is here. 1 to infinity. So 1 to infinity I should not check. I have minus 1 to minus half. I have minus 1 to minus half, then minus 1, minus half to 0, minus 1 to 0. Now look at this one and this one. Both include x is equal to minus 1/4. Let's put x equals minus 1/4. I will get 1 by 16 into 3/4 divided by minus 1/4. So minus 5 by 4 into minus 1/4 into 2 is minus half. So half whole cube, 1 by 8. If I look at this, there is a negative sign here. So this value will be less than 0. That means x equals minus 1/4 does not satisfy. So this will not satisfy. This will not satisfy. Only thing that can satisfy is option 3. So this is how I solve these questions. Look at options and try finding out numbers which are there in specific options but not there in others. Now, how much time do I have? I still have about 5 minutes, 4 minutes to go. So let's look at this one. Okay. A pharmaceutical company has tested 5 drugs on 3 different organisms. So it's an LR set. The following incomplete table reports if a drug works on any given organism. For example, drug A works on organism R while B and C work on Q. Okay. Each drug works on at least one organism, but not more than 2. So each drug works on at least 1. So let's put a total here. So this will be either 1 or 2. And okay. Each organism can be treated by at least 2 or at most 3. So if I put a total here, this is 2 or 3. So this is almost like this. Looking at it from a total perspective. Okay, this is fine. On whichever organism A works, B also works. So A works on R, so B will also work on R. Okay. And this can only be 1 or 2, so this will have to be a cross. Now, if this is a cross, A has to be a cross, because if A worked on P, it would have to work on whichever organism A works, B works. On whichever organism A works. So if drug A works on P, B would also have to work on P, which is not possible because B does not work. So this is a cross. So this I'm sure is 2. Okay, perfect till here. On whichever organism A works, B also works. Similarly, on whichever organism C works, D also works. C works on Q, so D will also work on Q. And I know this is 2 or 3, so this is 3. So this is cross and this is cross. So yahan tak to we are clear. Okay. D and E do not work on the same organism. Okay, this is clear. Now let's look at drug C. Let me assume that drug C does not work on C. Then it can work on D, let's assume, because it has to work on 2 or 3. So it has to work on D and E, but D and E can't work together. So both of these ticks are not possible. So this is not possible. So that means it has to work on C. If it works on C, it has to work on D. If it works on D, it can't work on E. So this is a cross and this is a 2. Okay. Now look at C. C has already worked on 2. So this has to be a cross. D has already worked on 2. So this has to be a cross. E has not worked on anybody. There has to be at least 1. So this will be 1 and this is 1. 6 plus 1. Wait. So and this is 1. Okay. So what do I have? I have 3. Sorry, this is a tick. And this is 3. So I have 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. I have 6, 8. So this is the final solution. Let's go to the questions. Drug D works on P and Q. P and Q. Okay. Next one, organism P can be treated by C and D. Only C and D. Next one, organism R can be treated by A, B and E. A, B and E. Where is A, B and E? Yes. Next one, organisms that can be treated with 3 of these 5 drugs. 3 of these 5 drugs is Q and R. Organisms Q and R. This. And the last one, drug E works on. Drug E works only on R. It works only on R, which is this. Perfect. So I've been able to do this and I think I've been able to do it in time. I have about a minute left. So this brings me to an end of the IPMAT 2023 paper. I hope you all have seen this and you all have understood how to go about it in terms of how to approach these sets when it comes to the LR part, how I approached it and how to approach the questions. You would have seen me utilize options in quite a few of the questions in part 2, which was MCQ, because there I don't need to go ahead by the quintessential method of solving. I can use options and get away as well. And you would have realized that a decent chunk of the questions we've been able to solve. I think out of 45, we've solved at least about 37, 38 questions. That means guaranteed roughly around 150 marks. अगर समझो मैंने 5-6 questions गलत भी किए, 32 right and say 6 wrong, even then that's a score of 120 plus, and which is what we were targeting. So I hope this gives you all a decent idea of how you can approach these papers. I hope this was fine, guys. Can I get one last round of CC? And do let us know, do you want more such sessions from us? We have 2-3 more such sessions coming up. Do you want such sessions? I would like a couple of replies in the chat box. Thanks, Vanshika. What about the others? Kahan guys sab? Are you all there? And if you want such marathons keep coming your way, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe. That's it for my end for this, from my end for this session for today. I hope this was helpful for all of you all. All the very best for IPM IIM Indore. We'll keep bringing more such sessions to you. Thanks Divya, thanks Vanshika. That's it from my end. If you liked it, go like the video, do subscribe our channel, and we'll keep bringing more and more of this to you. Bye bye for now. Good afternoon. Tata. Bye bye.